Manong?
Tatlong barangays, yung RCSP.
Okay. Ito pala yung RCSP barangays. Okay, sige. Pre-identified na po to. Sabi nila. No? Sa BDP, BDRMP, and CAPDEP updating formulation, ito sa barangay ng sa Candon City, sa Galimuyod, at saka sa Burgos, Ilocos Sur. Okay, next. Po tayo dito sa training ng contact tracing. Po sa contact tracing and reaction. Okay, so kailangan nating gawa tayo ng puro to original order, organizing the program management team. I-furnish na lang po namin sa inyo yung kopya pag na-approve na po yung ating mga regional order na mga to. Sa technical working group, oo. Okay? So, wala po tayong comments dito. Okay, so punta tayo sa SDG phases. Ayan. Yung ating SDG phases ay, saan ito, Manong? May may target na to. Okay. Alam ko na to. In coordination with Nika. C4CPD pa rin pa ba to? Iba pa rin yung SDG? Okay, sige. So, ito kasi ay, pero nandito si Juan, Roda. Nasa ano ba siya? Ay, wala siya. Sayang. Itong SDG phases ay na-renew ulit. Ano manong? Bigay to kasi na another program to ng LGA. Okay, so next. Yung last, ito ay yung mediation. Mediation and roll out on mediation and healing mechanism. So ito ay improve local conflict management. Sa Ilocos Sur din ito. Oo. Sa Ilocos Sur din ito. Target din doon. Kasi ito ay building safe and peaceful community. So doon din ito sa Ilocos Sur. So ito po ay ngayong puro tayo third quarter. Okay na ito, Manong? So, tapos na po yung ating presentation ng workshop dito sa kanilang work plan na binigay nila. Guided naman po tayo dun sa 5 work plan na present kanina ng LGA. Naman ang. Okay, so magme-meeting tayo ng kung kailan magme-meeting yung mga sila LGA, oo. Ano na lang, mag-request tayo na mag-send sila ng kanilang mga representative sa coaches training. Yun ang kukunin natin sa kanila. Sa ating mga LRIs. Kasi sa DILG, ma-identify na natin. Okay, so wala po tayong other comments. Manang Alice, sa dati ibagam.
1 month.
Marunong nga pugis talaga yun. Madi ka pa nga nakalasin tatay, malasang kamutan. Juan, maganda pala pag ganyan ang kupit mo. Hindi na pumupunta sa mata, actually. Sige. Juan. Juanan? Juanan? So, okay na tayo sa ating breakout room. Na-present na namin yung aming work program implementation work plan. Okay. Sige. Hintayin natin yung plenary. So, matagal pa. Joke lang. Salamat. Salamat po kung may gusto po kayong idagdag tungkol dito. Kaya may mga program po kayo na kagaya po dito. Pwede po tayong magdagdag dito.
Sir Ting. Sir Dennis.
Main? Main? Or Calvin?
Yes, boss.
Oo. Magbe-break ba kayo? May nagre-request ng break.
Sige, boss. Siguro pa 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 or I don't know. Kayo.
So yung sunod po dito, ma'am.
Another breakout after
Opo,
this.
ma'am.
Sige po. Para makapag-prepare din kami ng another breakout. Sige po.
Para ma-breakout sila, ma'am. Habang nagbre-breakout ulit. Kasi hindi kami makapag-breakout habang nasa breakout eh. So habang nag-CCR sila, mag-break din sila.
Sige. Kaya nga, so after the breakout sessions, diba automatic naman silang dadalhin.
Apo.
So break muna tayo ng 5
Apo,
minutes.
ma'am.
Sige. Sabi ni Enzo, naguluhan daw siya sa'yo.
Habang nagbre-breakout room tayo, nagbre-break din sila. Nagbre-breakout din sila, ibang klaseng breakout. Kung naman, Enzo.
Yeah, okay. Sige, basta after this, automatic dadalhin sila sa main room. Pero pag nasa main room na lahat, magbe-break tayo for 5 minutes. Okay? Para makaprepare din kayo. Sige.
Happy po, boss. Salamat. Alright. Naka-blink na po ba lahat? Hello, good afternoon. Is everyone back? At this point po, before we proceed po sa ating sunod na session, meron po tayong 5 to 10 minutes break. Mga 5-minute break po, CR break lang po, stretching break, para po meron tayong konting refresh natin ang sarili natin. Tawag natin dito ay sanity break, ganun. Or bio break para mas all-encompassing. Okay, bio break po muna tayo. We'll see you in 5 minutes po. Okay? Silence means yes. Thank you. Okay, we are back po. Medyo napatagal po yung bio break natin pero at least alam natin na nakapag-stretching po tayo ng maayos. With that said po, we will proceed po to our next plenary po. Ito po naman is more general po, mas malaki po itong groups. Pero there will be much less discussion pero more of presentation na po ito. Our next session will be the presentation of the regional work plans. You will be joined po by LGA po dito. Ito po yung mechanics natin. Please be ready to present the final work plan output in group plenaries. The LGRC managers or LGRC team representative shall present the program implementation work plan. Tapos, you will highlight key milestones, schedule breakdown per program or project, and there will be 4 groupings sa plenaries po na to. We have group 1, which will consist of CAR, Region 1, Region 2, and Region 3. Group 2, which will include Calabarzon, Mimaropa, and Region 5 with NCR. Group 3, Region 6, Region 7, Region 8, and Region 9. Group 4 will be Region 10, Davao Region, Soxargen, and Caraga. Again, LGA representatives will be there to help facilitate and document the proceedings. Pero this is a process owned, of course, by our LGRC managers. So we will break you out into 4 groups po. Ito po is mostly geographic po to. So in a few minutes po, in a few seconds, we will break you out. Ready na ba tayo mag-break out?
Hello, batchmate ARD Agnes. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon, Beth. Aniya, kamot. Ang ibang pagkaan.
Ana. Aji, daw-dawatik ka niya.
Arato ni Manong Sam, magur ka.
One.
Tulkit
Sir
na.
Sam.
Baba siya, sandali lang. Mababalikin ko, nandun lang sa office niya. Hi, sa RT.
Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon po, Ma'am IRD
Hello,
Agnes.
good afternoon, ma'am.
I will join you.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon po, ma'am.
Okay,
Good afternoon,
sige.
ma'am Selma.
So, CAR, Region 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, ma'am. May presenter po kami, ma'am, pag Region 1.
Okay, yes, sige.
Si Miss Aya. Miss Aya, please present yung ating workshop. Aya?
Sige.
Baka nawala na naman siya, ma'am. Kasi kanina nawala. Manong Sam, ni Aya.
Sir LP.
Oo, baka nawala na naman siya.
ARD Agnes?
Yes, ma'am.
Oo, naka-receive na kayo sa yung Program Manager's Guide? Nakuha na ninyo?
Hindi pa namin na-check yung ma'am. Kung
Paano pinadala?
May link, ma'am.
Oh, may link.
Send na lang
May
tayo.
link. Oo,
Ay, okay,
send
ma'am.
na lang sa inyo para makuha na ninyo.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I-print na lang po
sige.
namin, ma'am. Hindi pa namin tinignan yung link kanina, ma'am.
Oo.
Hindi kami kasama, ma'am, sa CapDev kasi 100% pala yung aming LGUs. I-update na lang namin.
Oo.
Capacity
Pero
nila.
hindi na ninyo kailangan ang pondo.
Kailangan, ma'am.
Aba, isabi hindi na daw kailangan kaya hindi na paki-check, no? Kasi we receive information kung hindi na kailangan then tinatanggalan na lang namin, no?
Yung CapDev natin, hindi
Oo.
na kailangan ng pondo.
Oo, ma'am, punduhan na lang nila yung ibang activity.
Ayun na nga eh, kaya yung mga hindi nag-accept like CAR, did not accept for contact tracing, no, and all. So pinupul din naman namin. Yung mga nagre-request, doon namin kinukuha din.
Opo, ma'am.
May mga regions kasi nagpapabawas and all, which is fine, okay lang naman.
Opo, ma'am. Marami pa kaming design na na-submit po sa inyo, ma'am. Yun na lang po sana ang request namin na mapunduhan.
Oo.
Yes, ma'am.
Ano yun? Mayroon na sa amin mga proposals?
Meron na po, ma'am, yung detailed activity design na in-request po ng academy noon sa amin.
I-check namin. I-check.
Yes, ma'am.
Enzo, paki-check. Enzo? Oo, paki-note. No?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sige, we start with Region 1 muna. Or 1 muna? Sige, 1 or car?
Or 2, ma'am.
Uy, bakit wala kang camera, Beth? Oh, yan. Ang ganda pala ng background mo eh. Sige, so 1 o sino mauna? Ito, nagbo-volunteer si 2 eh. Sige, okay, game.
Kami na, ma'am?
Sige, Beth. Okay lang sa inyo, Region 2?
Sir LP, tayo na?
Yes, ma'am.
Sige, okay. Region 2.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. So, ang magpe-present ng aming output ay si Assistant Division Chief ng LGCDD, si ADC Beth, no? So, napag-usapan naman namin with the LRIs a while back during the breakouts. Okay? Take it away, Beth.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon po, Ma'am Telma, and good afternoon to our co-participants from Region 1, CAR, at Region 3. Naimbang malim tayo amin. Kanina po, while we only have 3 representatives who joined us during the breakout sessions, pero kanina umaga we have complete LRIs, Ma'am Telma. In the breakout session po kanina, we presented to our LRIs yung aming work plan. And generally, as always, we have the commitments of our LRIs in the implementation of the different programs. Pinresent lang po namin in broad strokes the different programs that we involved with LGA. And what we agreed upon kanina is that we will be calling for our LRI partners for a meeting, another meeting to discuss the details once we are to implement po yung different programs. We also agreed po, Ma'am Telma, that we will be requesting LGA to provide us modules, especially dun sa bagong program on yung sa healing mechanism po, since parang bago po siyang program, so we can present it to our LRIs and possibly scout po a resource person on healing mechanism. Generally, again, as always, we have the commitment po in support of our LRIs in the program of the DILG Region 2. If you notice po, dun sa letter namin with LGA, we reduce some amount dun sa ni-request namin kasi nga we are constrained po with the COVID protocols and of course yung COA restrictions. So binabaan po namin yung ibang pondo kasi po hindi talaga namin siya nagagastos. Although nai-implement namin siya, Ma'am Tel, pero hindi po namin siya nagagastos considering na even the purchase request for food, hindi kami ina-allow ng COA. So baka hindi pa nga namin magagastos yung konting-konting hiniling namin si LGA. So now, Ma'am Tel, I'll be presenting to you po yung work plan namin for 2021. Jinx, for key milestone po, we will be conducting coaching to 17 LGUs in advancing lead. Yung LGUs po ay na-identify na and we sent to LGA po yung names ng LGUs, and we will be conducting this on September. And yung funds na ni-request lang po namin is 150,000. Another milestone or another program is to coach 5 LGUs on the CapDev formulation. Although this is 5, we presume that kasi nga 5 lang ito, baka ito ay face-to-face. So if ever na makuha namin or ma-attain namin yung 5 as early as August or September, we will increase pa kung kakayanin po namin yung LGUs to be provided with coaching on captive formulation. And the budget is 200,000. Another is on coaching of 3 barangays on barangay development planning in captive formulation. We will conduct this until November, and we are requesting 150,000 for this activity or for this program. For the SDG phases, we will have we will ask for 400,000 and we will conduct this until December. And of course, yung last po is yung mediation and healing mechanism. Aside from the fund that we will be requesting, we will also request modules from LGA regarding this program. For Region 2 po, that would be all, Ma'am Telma.
Okay. Meron lang akong mga Beth and ARDLP, no? Regarding the materials, ito yung nandoon sa program management guide. I hope nakuha mo ang link. No? And so we have the link, no? Most of the materials ay nandoon na, mga modules and even the presentation materials. No?
Ay, okay, ma'am. Request lang namin kay Enzo.
Oo.
Yes, po.
Paki-post ng link, no? Even the presentation materials and all the standards, no? Nandoon na ang roles and all of that. The pre and post, nandoon na. Kung hindi man, ang alam ko lang by now, yung SIGRA lang ang medyo kinocomplete namin ang mga, even the session guides, Beth, nandoon na, training plan. Non-negotiable kasi yung amin ngayon, no? Training design, training plan, session guide, presentation materials, pre and post, reporting template, nandoon na. Budgetary allocation, your targets, no? Reporting schedule, nandoon na lahat sa program manager's guide, which is a copy for the LGRC manager. Okay.
Sige, salamat po.
Okay. Now,
Thank you.
Yeah, it's there already. And by the way, I would like to inform you that the money ay nai-prepare na namin kasi talagang hinabol namin for the second quarter kasi ang third quarter namin medyo maliit na, no? So kailangan talaga mapondohan namin. So hinabol na namin. So they have already been processed. So nandoon na ang budget sa inyo. Okay. Kaya lang, itong nabawasan sa inyo, Beth, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Kasi yung original, kung ito ang inyong targets na ibinigay sa amin before, okay yon kasi ganito ang aming computation. Pero kung hindi, baka tumaas kayo. No? Anyway, you were saying something na pag natapos naman ninyo, then you can add some more, no?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, yan. Oo. So sa tingin ko naman, with all the materials and the partner, ay malamang mag-a-add pa kayo ng mag-a-add pa kayo ng mga targets dito, no? Alam ko, makakadagdag pa kayo, no? So, and also we would like to request the specific dates, no? Especially so if you will request experts from us para ma-schedule din namin yung mga aming mga i-deploy kung kailangan ninyo, no? And also, we will really be fielding monitors because we want to get stories, no? Not only the numbers, but the stories of how you did this, no? Kasi we expect, 16 stories. Kasi 16 regions iba-iba ang pamamaraan. And all because iba-iba ang local context with the pandemic, no? So we are really looking forward to 16 stories kung paano kinoconduct ni DILG ang kanyang CapDev programs, no? So yun, no? And then we are okay now because may mga pangalan na itong mga numero ng LGU, no? Which is talaga naman yun ang hinihingi ni Central Office na may mga pangalan na, no? I hope ang critical siguro dito, ARDs, no? Is the social marketing to our chief executives talaga that they will really support, no? Ang ano naman natin is DILG can do leveraging already. You have the funds, you have the materials, you have the experts, no? Ang kanila na lang ay konti na lang, yung panahon na lang, konting budget, no? Or if not, okay din naman kung malaki, no? So, we would really request you to do social marketing to our mayors especially, that they support this. Dahil magandang preparation talaga ito for food evolution. The local economic development, magandang mga options ito kung ano ang kanilang poponduhan. These are good investment options. Even the BDP, CapDev agenda, these are all investment options na outputs ng ating mga programa for 2022 and beyond. No? And beyond. No? So dumaan talaga sa magandang proseso kahit man paano ay maganda yung ating mga proseso in coming up with all of this. No? Again, maybe you can relay the message. We are producing investment options for your 2022 and beyond revenues. No? Okay. And then, siguro, Beth, ang tanong ko lang, ano ang inyong nakikitang mode to deliver the program?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, for now, ma'am, ang nakikita naming pinaka-mode to deliver the program is through online. Kasi nga, ma'am, especially Cagayan, that we are still in MECQ. And yun, ma'am, hindi pa kami masyadong nagkaka-face-to-face.
Okay. So talaga, kahit yung mga provinces natin, walang mga face-to-face.
Although yung ibang provinces, ma'am, ay under GCQ na sila, pero still, hindi nila, parang it's not yet, ano ba to? Hindi pa sila ng face-to-face, ma'am.
Okay. Sige. So, Beth, an ARDLP, no? So, ano ang nakikita ninyo? Anong arrangement ninyo with the LRIs?
So once na...
Nag-ano ba kayo?
Bali susulat, ma'am, hello?
Yes.
Bali susulatan pa lang namin sila ng mga kanilang mga presidents or head. Then siguro we will provide them also with yung hinihingi namin mga modules so that they can identify really those who can really help us in the implementation of the program, no? So magkakaroon ulit kami later on ng meeting with them para yung mga details of those programs ay mapapag-usapan.
Oo. Kasi ARDs, no? By July 6 we will again discuss, no? Our message is really maximize the participation of our LRIs as partners, no? Kasi by July 6 malaki-laki na naman ang task na ibibigay sa ating LGRRC on the segmentation, no? On the segmentation, which will really do profiling of the individual and the consolidation, and then at the regional and all of that big data analytics, no? On the level of capacity and performance of our LGUs, no? And then next week again, we will call on you to do the rollout for the CapDev agenda. The assessment and the CapDev. Medyo marami, so that's why we are really advocating that you bring in more partners for this.
Yes, ma'am. Actually,
kami naman
actually yung pinag-usapan namin kanina, ma'am, hindi lang kami mag-focus yung implementation for 2021, but beyond this and for other expansion activities later on, talagang we really have to engage more LRIs. Kasi hindi lang natin iniisip ngayong 2021, ma'am, beyond 2021, we need them more. We need more.
Kasi ang iniisip din namin dito, ARDLP, no? You can improve on how we do. Kaya nga business planning, no? Maybe the funds galing sa amin ay hindi sapat, no? Hindi sapat, no? With the LRI, maybe you can devise, no? How you can multiply the number of LGUs, because maybe you will do counterparting, no? May counterparting kayo. LGUs will have to shoulder on what? Maybe the professional fees of our experts, yung mga ganon. Kasi yung pondo na ibibigay namin sa inyo, can be leveraged, no? Pwede ninyo ito ipang-ambag para mas lalong lumaki ang ating coverage. And the LRIs can really do that, no? So I hope you can consider that kind of strategy para talagang, I know you will really be full, no? You will really be full in the coming months, no? And I know naman maganda ang relationship in Region 2 with our LRIs and other service providers. Please maximize that, no? Capitalize on that good working relationship with our LRIs, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Sa ngayon, ARDLP, hindi muna natin pinursige ang accreditation, no? Kasi we want na dumami muna, no? But we are working now on improving the accreditation system.
Okay.
Pero yung inyong mga partners ngayon, may edge na sila.
Yes,
As long as magandang relationship and performance, may edge na sila when we will implement. Kasi next year, posible na tayo mag-go into accreditation. No? Maybe in the latter part of the year. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Sige. Okay. So any comments also or any questions or a clarification from Region 1, Region 3, and CAR on the presentation of Region 2? Oh, by the way, Beth and ARDLP, please give us an updated one. But of course, we are already filing this, no, with the specific dates for the implementation of your programs. Okay?
Sige, ma'am.
Opo,
Noted.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So maraming salamat. Unless may dadagdag ka pa, Beth.
Ma'am, wala na po. Pero may question lang ko, Ma'am Tel, if you may allow. Opo. Ma'am, we just received yung memorandum po ninyo, yung support to the conduct of CapDev for the contact tracing, which is nag-transfer po kayo ng 500,000.
Yes. Oo.
Initially, ma'am, ang ni-request po namin is ibabaan sana yung amount. Parang nag-request lang kami ng 150. Kasi nga, all we thought was that yung for contact tracing lang talaga siya. But based dun sa memorandum po ninyo, pwede din yung stay safe and other coaching and mentoring.
Yeah, oo. Kaya nga sabi namin baka hindi lang kami nakaka-reach out to the region. Yung pondo na yan is not just the training, yung enhancement, but all related activities that will capacitate our contact tracers.
Okay.
So can we also use this, Ma'am Tel, for the Emergency Operations Center? Anyway, yung EOC naman po ay nag-cater sa COVID.
Oo, basta contact tracing, Beth, no? Like for example, your organizational meetings, di ba? Your, di ba, networking.
Opo.
Yung mga ganon. And then your
Sige,
monitoring on contact tracing, communications for contact tracing. Kasi kami naniniwala, not the training alone will capacitate our contact tracers. No? May mga other factors that will really add value to the level of capacities of our contact tracers. Kaya namin yun inanuhan. Kaya namin yun talagang pinare-pareho dahil naniniwala kami na may mga, like for example nga, alam naman ninyo siguro ang in-emphasize ni Mayor Magalong is really for us to establish the partnerships between and among, di ba? PNP, AFP, DOH, and we should really go into that. No? Establish that kind of partnership with them. I do not know what are the specific activities that you will have to do on that. So that is already beyond sa training.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, lately, ma'am, 2 weeks ago, we already conducted a training again. Reorientation sa mga contact tracers in partnership with the DOH and the PNP. Yung report po namin ay nasubmit na namin sa office po ninyo, Ma'am Tel.
Oo. At siguro, Beth, kasi di ba may core trainers na kayo for contact tracing? Oo, di ba mayroong kayo? I hope you organize that. Let's continue to capacitate them.
Okay,
kasi
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Isipin na lang natin, hindi naman, I do not want to call it the worst scenario, no? Isipin na lang natin the best scenario na mayroon tayong grupo na who will sustain, continue the gains of our contact tracing activities. No? Ganon ang iisipin natin. That's why, that's the story behind the 500,000. Nakalikom
Thank
kasi
you,
kami.
ma'am.
Nakalikom kasi kami, ARDLP. Half of that is from our 2020 funds. Ang half of that is from our 2020.
Okay.
So kaya, and beside, you know, that's our support to the department also. Okay. So
Sige, ma'am.
ano man, Bet, tinatanggap mo na yung 500 o isasauli mo.
Tatanggapin na namin, ma'am.
Okay. O sige. Okay, so tapos na tayo Region 2. Can we move to who's the next?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, ARD and Beth.
Thank you, ma'am.
Region 2, Car and Region 3. May I have the honor to request Manong Sam, our LGCDD Chief, to do the presentation. Thank you very much po.
Okay. Magandang tanghali po sa ating lahat. Kasama po natin, aside from of course our si Ma'am Agnes, nandito po yung mga facility heads, yung mga division chiefs po. Si Ma'am Alice Bangwa, si Rodora Soriano, yours truly, at saka si Beth Barnachea. And also on board, we have also our LRIs, yung pong Mariano Marcos State University in Ilocos Norte, University of Northern Philippines, Ilocos Sur, North Luzon Philippine State College, Ilocos Sur po. And we also have Ilocos Sur Polytechnic State College, still from Ilocos Sur and St. Louis College here in La Union, and Pangasinan State University. So kasama po natin ngayon, tanghaling ito.
Yes.
For our... Yes,
Sam, tanong ko lang, ilan ang LRIs natin ngayon?
LRIs po natin, ma'am, ngayon, naka-onboard. 6 po.
6
po.
Okay. Are we looking at 1 per province? Nakumpleto natin ang 1 per province na meron talagang LRI?
Yes po, ma'am. Nakumpleto po namin, ma'am.
Good.
1 per province. Sumobra pa nga yung Ilocos Sur.
Sige, sige. Nice, nice. Good.
Yes, ma'am. So, ito po yung output po ng Region 1 with our LRIs. We have actually standard operating procedures in terms of implementing our CapDev activities. So, nandito po, dito sa, for example, dito po sa LED, we have the signing of Memorandum of Agreement. And actually po, during the first quarter of our LGRC MSAC first quarter meeting, we had for MOA with our MSAC members, and we have organized a core team for the orientation on the full devolution and other development-oriented, research-based, and demand-driven CapDev programs. So lahat po ng mga CapDev programs, meron na po kaming MOA with our MSAC members na pirmahan na po ito. So we are ready to the next step. We are ready to move to the next step. So yung susunod po, we will be organizing the required program management team through a regional order. And this will be prepared this July. Baka bukas po, mayroon na po yung regional order. And we will also be orienting the training management team of our LRIs for their specific CapDev activity na pakiki-negotiatin po ng ating LGRC1. And next on that, we will be having the conduct of coaches training on the different flagship programs of the LGU. So we are banking with the coaches training to be conducted by the academy. And as a built-in activity doon po sa mga CapDev activities po namin, we see to it that there is a regional planning conference wherein we already identified the strategies of implementation on that specific CapDev activity. So doon po sa strategies of implementation, dinedetermine na po namin with our partner LRIs yung date of implementation, who would be the resource speakers, And what would be the mode of implementation? Usually yung mode of implementation po namin, it's a blended approach, face-to-face and online. Usually po yung aming mga resource speakers, naka-face-to-face po sila dito. And then yung mga participants po natin, sila po yung naka-Zoom or naka-online po. And we will also identify what would be the institutional arrangements po dun sa strategies of implementation. So pag tapos na po yung regional conference po namin, we are now ready to roll out the activity. And usually po nakakibat doon yung terminal report na required po ng academy. And naka-built-in din po yung M&E portion wherein we will be submitting our quarterly accomplishment report, liquidation reports, and monthly report of disbursement. So kagaya po ng sinasabi po namin kanina, pareho din po yung aming activities or milestones on BINEO, contact tracing, yung pong SDG phases, at saka yung pong mediation na CapDev activities. So except for the implementation of the enhancement training for contact tracers, we are going to tap our regional technical working group on contact tracing. So in place na po yung pong core of trainers namin sa contact tracers, implementation na lang po ang gagawin ng region dahil nandito na rin naman po yung pondo na ibinigay po ng LGA in the amount of 500,000. Yung po namang NEO, program for NEO, hindi po namin in-accept yun, Ma'am Tel, kasi po 100% of our LGUs had formulated their CapDev agenda, and actually na-encode na po namin ito sa OCDMS. But then we would be gladly requesting from the academy kung magkakaroon po ng coaches training po dito sa CapDev agenda formulation, isasali po kami doon sa coaches training sa CapDev agenda formulation po. And ito pong mga partners po natin na LRI who are MSAC members, they have been with us since the implementation of the CSIS, yung pong Citizen Satisfaction Index System, yung mandatory training for SK, capability building programs for CSOs, and kasama din po natin sila sa pag-develop ng mga programs for our LGRC. And we are happy to share with everyone that we are actually negotiating with St. Louis College for the implementation of a management course for local officials and functionaries, wherein yung pong modules natin sa CDP, isinabmit po natin sa St. Louis College, inassess po nila yon, mayroong equivalence na 9 units na pwedeng ma-earn ng ating mga LGU enrollees kung nakompleto po nila yung CDP preparation po. Yung pong CDP natin, mayroong module on GIS, and then yung second module is the SIDRA, and the third module is the preparation of the comprehensive development plan in itself. So inassess po yun ng St. Louis College, at nakita po nila na pwede pong mag-earn ng 9 units ang ating mga LGU enrollees doon sa masteral course, management course for local officials and functionaries. So kung gusto pong ituloy ng ating mga LGU enrollees yung course, pwede po silang makapag-earn ng masteral degree. Pero doon po sa CDP process po natin, 9 units po ang mga earn ng ating mga LGU enrollees. And we are also negotiating with Pangasinan State University for Pangasinan LGUs. Yung coverage po ng SLC, mga LGUs po ng Ilocos Norte Ilocos Sur and La Union. Yung pong Pangasinan State University, ang coverage po naman niya ay component LGUs of Pangasinan. So probably po magkakaroon kami ng MOA signing on this management course probably this month of July. So yun din po, yung pong pondo ng CapDev agenda formulation, kung pwede po sana, may mga na-submit po kaming activity design on LED, GIS and SIDRA, at saka po yung may tatlong orientation on full devolution na detailed design po na sinubmit po namin sa LGA. Sana po mapunduhan po yun, ma'am. And we are also happy to report na naubos na po namin yung LGA funds ng Region 1. Zero na po.
Okay.
Wala na pong natira doon. So we are very happy na maraming darating na fund support sa ating academy. So maraming salamat po, ma'am.
Yeah. Sam, thank you for that. Ulitin ko lang. Ano yun? Ano yung mga proposals na sinubmit niyo sa LGA for GIS?
Yes po, ma'am. Tatlong project proposals, ma'am. Orientation on full devolution, wherein ang unang batch na i-orient namin ay mga local chief executives and vice LCEs. Then yung second part noon, yung mga sanggunian members. Yung part 3, local functionaries. Then yung part 4 ay mga barangays po naman. So yung isang design po namin, it's on SIDRA and GIS po, ma'am. And then also on LED, a foundational course on LED po.
Oo. Lahat ito may dinownload kami ngayon na mga pera for LED, GIS, and SIDRA. Maybe we just have to reconcile the targets.
Sige po, ma'am. Sige po.
Oo, paki-check, no? Kasi meron na itong mga binaba na pera ngayon lang, no? After this, inaayos na, no? So for LED, foundational courses, for GIS and SIDRA. So please check. So titingnan natin yun, yung inyong mga proposals. We can reconcile that one na lang, no? And maybe ayusin na lang natin ang targets kasi meron tayo doon number of LGUs na to be covered by the fund na binababa natin. Okay?
Yes po, ma'am. Kahit yung full devolution orientation po sana.
Now, the full devolution, we're meeting with USEC, Marlo, no? Kasi this is supposed to be, ang full devolution kasi as a program is with the department, no? So we will negotiate that they should really, I hope they have some funds for this. Kaya kami hindi nakakababa nito dahil the program, the standards, the messaging ay galing sa central office. Ang ating inahawakan sa LGA is the portion on the CapDev agenda, the capacity assessment and the CapDev agenda formulation, which you did not accept, no? Yung pondo. Okay. So, kaya lang siguro I'll go to that later on, no? Ang pondo kasi for the coaching, no, yung ating will cover several activities, not only for the formulation of the CapDev agenda, but will include the orientation of all MLGOs, a reorientation of all MLGOs, because we will expect the MLGOs to provide technical assistance pag lumabas ang coaches natin. No, unless okay na rin ang ating mga MLGOs dyan, no? So, and then also part of the fund ng CapDev agenda formulation is also the organization of the provincial management team and the coaches. No, kailangan natin yan i-organize. So of course, then you will have some money to do that, no? And then part of that is of course, the coaching. The coaching to, kami nga, nagsabi lang kami 15 LGUs, pero I know you will multiply that just for budgetary purposes. So yun ang purpose ng pondo, no? It's not only for LGUs to really do, but more also on capacitating DILG to continuously provide the technical and the coaching assistance to LGU. So
ma'am, mag-uusap po kami ni Kuya Sam, ma'am, kasi nakita ko nga kanina, marami pa ng component yung...
Marami ang component ng pondo ng CapDev agenda formulation.
Ha? Namin kanina. Pero kasali kami sa coaches training at baka magpapa-reconsider kami dito, ma'am. Kasi syempre,
Oo, yeah, Director Agnes, kasi maganda kayo, naka-edge na kayo kasi meron na, baka naman, I
review
would
na lang
really
sila,
expect
ma'am.
na,
Updating
I would
na
really
lang,
expect
ma'am.
you do documentation already.
Yes, ma'am.
Kasi tapos na no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, baka nasa third level na kayo ng CAPDEB agenda formulation. Okay, so malaking component yun, maraming component yan. Okay, ang tanong ko lang doon sa LED, because part of your action plan is that you will do coaches training and you will ask LGA to do this. No? Ang alam ko, we did already several coaches training for LED. Please maintain an inventory of coaches that we train. No? Kasi in the coming months, we will go into on a certification of coaches.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
might as well deploy them so we have certified coaches for LED in Region 1. Actually, we're going into a partnership with Thames International School to do the certification of coaches for local governance of the DILG muna tayo. So, ano ng inventory ninyo, but of course, we can discuss this in a separate meeting, how we can enhance the capacities of coaches from Region 1. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So, nakita ko doon, ang message ng inyong action plan is halos lahat ng program will do provincial rollout, no? Ang provinces will have to take charge of really conducting this program, which is good. Alam mo, ARD Agnes, because that's really the direction.
Yes.
Task, empower the DILG provincial offices to handle this for us.
Kaya nga, ma'am, nag-submit kami ng request ng upgrading ng sub-LGRC namin. Ito yung sa provincial offices na, ma'am, para makapacitate sila dun sa pagbigay dun sa new normal na Zoom na rin ang gagamitin.
Yeah. We're looking into that, by the way, kasi siguro ang next namin na tinitingnan how we can provide funds for the LGRRC training and other operational expense of the LGRRC.
Yes,
no? So titingnan namin yon. So based on the meeting now.
Request nila sa amin, ma'am.
Ano yun, come again?
Yun din kasi ang request nila sa amin, ma'am, para daw matulungan namin
sige.
sila pag nagkakandak sila, ma'am. Sa
So tingnan natin kasi we're actually pinag-usapan namin yun how we can have a dedicated dedicated subscription for LGA programs.
Yes.
Oo, para hindi alam ko marami kayong ginagamitan ng inyong mga subscription, no? So inisip din namin yun. We will try to do recomputation of our budget maybe in the third quarter. Let's see how we can support. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And then again, yung mode ninyo, is it purely online or you will do blended by mga face-to-face or what? Blended. Okay. Sige. So, you mentioned about lahat ng ating CAPDEB agenda already encoded into the OCDMS.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sige. So ngayon, alam mo, ang trabaho ng LGRC ngayon, we will do inventory of programs. Kasi may matching na mangyayari doon sa loob eh.
Yes,
so yun, after this Congress, ang ating gagawin kami sa LGA ay really massive, aggressive, advocacy for service providers to go into the OCDMS now. No? Okay, yun ang ating gagawin. And it's nice, narinig ko kay Sam about the equivalency.
Yes, ma'am.
The equivalency of programs to units for a formal degree.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
hope we can continue that and let it be a best practice from Region 1. Okay? I hope we can really have that.
Yes,
With the many programs that we have, I hope, ARD Agnes, let's sit down with our LRIs how we can pursue that one. Okay?
Meron na, ma'am. Meron na kaming SLC. Mag-offer na po sila ngayon.
Okay.
Nakalagay na, ma'am.
Tingnan mo. So sana yung pondo ninyo from LGA can be used to document.
Yun, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Kasi first semester po ngayon.
Document tayo ngayon. Yun ang LGRRC natin.
SLC.
Oo. Actually, ARD Agnes, that's the task of the regional LGRC.
Yes.
Is really to gather all of these stories. No?
Yes,
okay. So nice. Okay. So thank you for that. No more comments from our end unless meron ka ENSO and Region 3 and Region 2 and CAR on the presentation of Region 1. So alam mo yung presentation natin dito, looking forward yung other regions how they can, how they can copy, how they can improve. on what they are, how they will do the implementation. So with that, thank you very much, Sam and ARD Agnes and all the team in Region 1, our LRIs from Region 1. Maraming salamat. Good job.
Maraming salamat din po, ma'am.
Okay, sige. So, next region, Region 3 or CAR?
Ma'am, Region 3 na lang po muna. Mag-i-in pa po si Ma'am
Region
Daisy.
3.
Thank you po.
Sino sa Region 3?
Hello po. Good afternoon po, Ma'am Thelma.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Ayan po, good afternoon po sa ating lahat, sa our co-participants po from regions 1, 2, 4, and of course po sa ating mga partners and RIs po. So I am LGO 5 Terina J. Quinones and I will present po the initial outputs of our regions together with our LRIs po from PPSU, CLSU, and EUST at PSU po. Yan. In a broader scope po, ma'am, yung programs 1, 2, 3, and 5 po, pare-parehas po muna yung ginawa namin steps po. Pero I will present po yung mga key milestone, ano po ba yung ina-expect sa atin per program. So for program 1 po, program on creating vibrant, productive, and resilient local economies po. 72 LGUs po yung target from Region 3. So upon consultation po sa ating provincial offices po, same targets po yung gagawin natin. Same po sa targets ni LGA po. So lahat po ng first and second municipalities po ay i-cover po sa program na ito. Yan po yung mga activities po, same lang po siya. So dun po sa signing ng MOBA, makikita din po doon yung organization po ng mga designated program managers po per program. So sa MOA kasama na po siya na. And sa timeline po, ima-maximize po namin yung time. So August hanggang November 2021 po. Tapos yung expectations po per program na. Ayan. And 2.1 million po yung budget for this program. So malaki po siya since considering po na 72 LGUs po yung cover from Region 3. Kung move on naman po, for Leo naman po, same pa rin po yung ating mga expected outputs po. Ayan. Pinagpare-parehas naman po namin, ma'am. And we will revise this, ma'am, into detail kapag po na-conduct na namin yung regional level na meeting po, ma'am. So for the key milestone under Leo, ma'am, 5 LGUs po ang kailangan natin ma-coach for the captive agenda formulation. So as submitted din po ng DILG Region 3, ang target po namin dito ay 2 from Zambales, sa Narciso Zambales, Kabanggan Zambales, and then 2 po sa Tarlac, and isa sa Nueva Ecija. Pura Tarlac, Ramos Tarlac, and Mampikwan Nueva Ecija. For Program 3 po, for Pineo, 3 barangays po i-push po natin for the BDP and capital formulation. Priority areas po ay RCSP covered barangays. So ang nakuha po namin target LGUs nito, ma'am, ay from Maria Aurora, Barangay Bayarinhan, Bazal, and Kadayakan. For SDG naman po, ma'am, ito po magkakatapos lang po kasi na ating first business meeting kahapon. So ang ating mga LGUs po ay nagkaroon ng action planning kahapon, and yun po yung i-check natin, ma'am, yung synchronization ng mga plans ng ating LGUs sa pagkontak po ng ating mga activities under SDG phases. Ang major concerns po, ma'am, sa workshop namin is ang suggestion po ng mga LRIs is to conduct po meetings with the MSAC members to promote po yung convergence and para maiwasan po yung duplication ng activities with other regional line agencies. And for the mode naman po kung paano natin ibibigay yung technical assistance, blended po yung gagawin natin kasi concerns po sa other regions, hindi pa din po kami nag-face-to-face activity namin. So, since yung mga programs po ay magkakaroon ng mga workshops po, titingnan po natin yung possibility lang na baka pwede nang mag-face-to-face since may mga workshops po na gagawin po program po. So, that would be all po, ma'am. Ang pa-follow up na lang po namin, ma'am, yung funds for the contact tracing. Kasi, ma'am, na-contact na namin yung dalawang batch, tapos na po today. Sabayan po nito. So, pa-follow up na po sana namin yung pondo for that activity. Thank you so much po, ma'am.
Okay. Tapos na, Sharina?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sige. One is, siguro kung makikita ninyo, Sharina, yung Program Manager's Guide, nandoon na kasi lahat ang materyales including the course design, the session guides, no? You will notice that kayang-kayang i-deliver na, especially so may mga coaches na rin tayong training sa region, no? Kasi you mentioned about in most of that one, no? Nandyan na ang training plan, the session guides, the presentation materials, even the pre and post, nandyan na, no? Okay, so nandyan na siya, no? And even a list of reference materials, nandyan na. Kung anong manual ang gagamitin natin na published by LGA and other. So nandyan na, no? So I would advise, no? We go through this, and when you sit down with the service providers, with our academic institutions, no, with our LRIs, please look at the expertise na meron. Ang gagaling po ng ating LRI sa Central Luzon, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Oo, magagaling po. So, see saan ang mga expertise na wala, then let's talk about this. Pero malamang lahat yan ay meron sa Central Luzon. Okay? Ang hihingi ninyong training of service providers will be responded to by this guide already. And we would really expect the LGRRC to be familiar with this and walk through our LRIs on the process. No? So yung hindi ninyo makikita na expertise dyan sa Region 3, which I know malamang wala, yun ang ating pag-uusapan. But this one is already a very good reference material for you to proceed. Okay? By the way, I was advised, tomorrow we will send this to your LGRC, no? This one. And then all the advices for the cash transfer ay ibababa na rin. Okay. Now, itanong ko lang, Sharina, no, about your mode. Ano ba ang condition natin sa Region 3? Is that blended? Or online lang? Or what?
Ma'am, since nag-start po ang pandemic, online po lahat ang mga activities ng Region 3 na. So yun din po yung kailangan namin i-take into consideration since po like sa Bataan, ma'am, naka-MEC po sila ngayon, ma'am. Yun, ma'am, yung kailangan pong pag-desisyonan together with our partner LRIs, ma'am.
Okay. Pero ang ating mga provinces, hindi ko nakita sa presentation, no? Pero ilan bang ating LRIs pala in Region 3 na engage with DILG?
Ma'am, based po sa database ng profiling, ma'am, na ibinigay ng LGA, ma'am, 11, ma'am, yung
so kaya
natin i-profile.
Okay, so kaya natin 1:1 per province or even more, no?
Yes, ma'am. Pero ang concern po natin, ma'am, sa 11 po na ni-request natin mga profile, ma'am, around 7 na po yung nagsagot pa sa ngayon, ma'am. So, magpa-follow up na lang po namin, ma'am. Like sa Aurora, ma'am. Yung ASCOT lang po kasi namang LRI doon, pero hindi pa po siya sa ngayon nag-answer ng profiling. Ipa-follow up po namin na.
Yes, let's do talaga aggressive profiling of our local resource institutions, no? Kasi we're aiming for that na sana sa isang probinsya ay meron man lang minimum natin ay isa, or we can go as high as 5 talaga per province, no? Ito ay nagpre-prepare din tayo for 2022 and beyond. So kailangan ma-establish na natin ngayon, no? But anyway, doon naman sa CapDev agenda, agenda formulation, no, sa sa NEO, no. While we targeted only, I want ko is that 15 ang aming ibinaba na pondo, no, targeting 15 LGUs to be coached, no, na to produce the CAPDEV agenda. It can be multiplied kasi sabi ko nga kanina sa Region 1, no, it can be multiplied depending on your business plan. Kasi i-require siya, Serena, i-require siya ng executive order all LGUs to prepare their CAPDEV agenda. So malamang all LGUs will really need the assistance and they will be willing to pay for that.
We will consider po, ma'am. Since kung online po ang mangyayari, ma'am, we can cater more LGUs po since target lang po namin for NEO is 5 LGUs, ma'am.
Oo. So we would expect talaga a a multiplying effect of this, no? Kasi since it will be required, at sinabi kanina ni Director Jan, di ba? May mga incentives which cannot be accessed, which will not be given to LGUs who will not prepare their DTP in which CAPDEV agenda is included. No? So malamang marami ang magre-request ng assistance. So the business plan of the LGRRC should really be improved to consider arrangement for fees or counterparty. Okay?
Noted po, ma'am. We will also maximize, ma'am, the provincial and HUC level.
Yes, yes. So ano man ang pondo natin ay support lang, subsidy, you can increase it some more with your strategy. No? Alam kasi namin, we have a profiling of the local resource institution in Region 3 ang dami. But not only that, your access to NCR, no? Ito hindi natin nililimitahan. We are also encouraging cross-posting of our academic institutions. So you can go outside NCR with your kung kukulangin man. So your proximity to the national capital region is an advantage. So talagang you can really increase the number of okay?
Thank you po, ma'am.
So sige. So wala na ako. Please I hope sino assistant ni RDJ? Meron na? Wala pa?
Wala pa po sa ngayon, ma'am.
So sino ang nag-a-act as LGRC manager?
Siya din po, ma'am.
Siya
din
din.
po, ma'am, wala po si sir ngayon. May equally important activity po siyang ina-attend.
Oo, busy si RDJ, no? But I hope, I hope you can brief him, no? And then and I know you can do some more improvements on how we can do that in Region 3. Okay?
Yes,
so maraming salamat to Region 3, Sharina and the team, no? And our LRIs, no? Academic institutions present here. Thank you very much and looking forward to really how Region 3 can do this. Okay? Sige. So now we go to CAR. Last.
Okay po. Good afternoon, Ma'am Telma, and our co-participants from the Local Government Academy and LGRC's Region 1, 2, and 3. So ito po yung output namin ng LGRC CAR with our identified LRI partners, ang Abra State Institute of Sciences and Technology, Cordillera, CCDC, University of the Cordilleras, Council for the Restoration of Filipino Values, Kalinga State University, Apayao State College, Benguet State University, Ifugao State University, Mountain Province State Polytechnic College, and National Institute of Information Technology. So well represented po ang 6 provinces and 1 HUC in the Cordillera po. And ito po yung dalawa po yung programs na kinomit po ng CAR, which are yung program for newly elected officials, specifically on the capacity development agenda formulation. So initially, we targeted and committed 5 LGUs. Pero noong nag-brainstorm po kami kanina, we And dahil na rin full force po ang aming LRIs, we decided po na i-exceed po yung 5 targeted LGUs. And since it was presented kanina na 15 LGUs yung targeted for CAR. Yan po. The activities for this...
Jalem, okay. Okay. Oo, maganda yun. Maganda yung projection na yan. And I would even suggest to offer this to others. No?
Yes po.
They will invest. No? They will invest. Offer this to others. Yung 15 lang kasi is depend on our computation for the budgetary support to you, no? But you can offer this to other LGUs. Okay.
Oh, yes po. It was also agreed kanina, ma'am, na i-exceed din yung 15 LGUs and we would ask LGUs to augment po yung fund na lang po.
Especially so na it is required. In the executive order, all LGUs will really have to prepare the DTP in which the CAPDEV agenda is a part. Okay?
Yes po.
Sige.
So these are the activities for this key milestone. Yung signing of MOA. We would see if we will have a separate MOA for the CAPDEV interventions or yung MSAC MOA will do. We will refer this to our LGRC manager, COICRD Araceli muna. And then the organization of our training management team, we already have identified yung members ng aming training team from our LRIs. And then after the organization would be the orientation of the members of the training team. It would be a blended arrangement po. So yung mga LRIs who are in the Baguio City or Benguet, pwede po namin silang i-invite for a face-to-face training. And then yung mga outside Baguio City, they can attend online na lang po. So after the orientation of the LRIs, would be yung implementation na po nung CAPDEV agenda to our target or covered LGUs. So it would also be a blended learning arrangement. And yun po yung fund po na gagamitin sana. And sana po mai-consider din po yung additional 10 targeted LGUs. Yung fund from LGA po, which is yung 450,000. And then hopefully by the month of August, i-evaluate po namin yung activity or we will conduct the exit conference. Yung orientation pala ng aming training management team on the CAPDEV agenda would be in coordination with our trained CAPDEV agenda resource persons in DILG CAR. We have Sir Christopher Alvarez and Sir Alfreiner Partido. And we will also tap the assistance of our LGO apprentices.
Yeah.
Yun po. So yung next po na program is yung setting up of mediation and healing mechanism. So we have 4 LRI partners to implement this activity. And yung covered LGUs po ay yung Tubu and Malibcong in Abra, and then Bauco in Mountain Province. So yun, the same din po yung activities as indicated in the first program. And we also have identified po yung mga resource persons po natin. And yung mga Council for the Restoration of Filipino Values, they mentioned kanina na meron na po silang training on setting up mediation under sa DOJ. And yung iplano po namin sana na yung orientation on this would be in coordination with LGA. But since ang tanong po nila is if they would have to undergo pa rin yung sa LGA or pwede na silang dumiretso na magpa-train na bit-bit po yung kanilang training din under the DOJ.
Okay.
So
siguro dyan, can you maybe I would really request our LGRRC to review the design and the objective. Kung pareho naman, then no problem about that, no? Pero kung hindi, maybe we can maybe we can add, no? Improve it to consider both programs kasi naniniwala kami yung programa na inattend ninyo doon sa DOJ is relevant, no? Doon sa ating local context in CAR, no? So maybe the LGRC will have to improve the design to consider both, no? To consider both.
Apo.
Okay. Sige.
Opo, ma'am. Though na-mention din po nila na okay lang din naman po na mag-undergo po sila dun sa training or yung orientation na yung guide po natin is yung design provided by the LGA.
Ma'am Selma,
Yes, yes.
Mar, if I can interject po. Hello po, good afternoon po sa ating lahat. I'm Lorenzo po from LGA. Actually, ako po yung project officer and vocal for most of the PPAs po natin under the Building Safe and Peaceful Communities, and that includes the setting up of mediation and healing mechanisms. And I think I am quite familiar of the program po or the training provided po by DOJ, specifically the Office po of Alternative Dispute Resolution. So I believe the training they are providing is more focused on alternative dispute or ADR. And that is part po or one of the sessions or topics under the mediation and healing. And ayun po, if they will be attending for the OADR and are planning to attend as well the mediation and healing po, I think that would be good po because both trainings po supplement one another po. So ayun po.
Sige.
Okay po, sir. Thank you po, sir. So yun po yung dalawang committed programs po ng region. Hindi na po namin inaccept po yung RCS, yung formulation of barangay development plan since it is already being implemented po sa aming target barangays na RCSP covered areas. And then yung training rollout for the enhancing COVID-19 contact tracing, it is already implemented kung may mga activities po ay kinoconduct naman po online. Yun po, kaya hindi na rin po namin inaccept po yun. So ito lang po yung committed ng commitment ng LGRRC CAR. And then with regard po doon sa profiling ng LRIs, I think 7 pa po yung nakatapos, pero for these programs to be implemented, there would be 10, a total of 10 partners po who will deliver these services po or programs. Yun po ma'am for the LGRC CAR.
Okay, so hindi ninyo kasi yung ating RCSP areas, no, for CAR, di ba? So they went already, they have already went through the training for RCSP. That's our understanding, no? Oo, kaya hindi na ninyo kinuha, no? Pero of course, yung bago kasing module ay merong BDP plus CAPDEB agenda formulation for the barangay, no? So maybe CAR can establish or develop the expertise in the DILG. So just in case, no? Just in case na may kailangan for the barangays, then we have already or standby expertise in the DILG. Okay. Now, on the contact tracing, we understand that kasi talaga nandiyan naman si Mayor Magalong, no? So kayang-kaya naman ni CAR yung contact tracing. And beside, we know for a fact naman na yung minomodel naman talaga throughout the country ay yung ginagawa ninyo sa CAR, no? Oo, so okay lang yung kaya lang yung ating sana contact tracing is also the fund na binababa natin is not just the training of the contact tracers, no? But support to our contact tracing core team in the region on how you can continuously capacitate our contact tracers. So siguro naman may pondo kayo, no, galing sa ating central office. So of course the networking and all of that can supposed to be funded out from the assistance na binibigay ni LGA. But meron naman, alam namin may pondo na binibigay ang central office. So siguro magagamit niyo din yun. Okay? Now, napakalaki ng CAR kasi mayroon tayo sa 14 national, no, galing sa CAR for the captive agenda formulation. No? So may ready expert kayo dyan na we hope you can maximize, no, para talagang magamit siya to do the captive agenda formulation and the hope of exceeding, no, the targets that we gave you. Actually, the 450 na nakalagay dyan, LGA, ang aming hinihingi is 15, but we are expecting the region to leverage this amount to exceed the number, especially so that all LGUs will be required to prepare their DTP and their captive agenda. Okay, it's nice because sabi mo kanina, meron tayong enough, no, population of LRIs, and we can have actually one per province or even more, no? Yun ang ating talagang we're trying to really organize that because of the the direction that the provincial government, the DILG provincial office will really take charge or be the one supervising the captive intervention for the LGUs under the province. So there is the trajectory, kaya kailangan paghandaan natin. Kaya nga sabi namin, sana man lang kahit one per province ay may partner tayo na academic institution. Pero in the many presentation, parang we can even have more, no? Which is a good sign that we can
Yes, ma'am. We can, again, para po sa mga...
Elvin, binalik na kami doon, hindi pa kami nag-summarize.
Hala, ma'am, naubos na
pero
po.
Pero okay na lang, okay na. Sige, oo, okay na. Pero natapos naman namin lahat ang presentation. Okay.
That's great to hear po.
Oh, sige.
With that po, we'd like to go back po doon sa mechanics ng ating commitment building. This is a very simple commitment building lang po. Kindly flash, yes, ito po. Ulitin ko po doon sa mga bagong dating po, which is mostly everyone. Magandang hapon po. This is our commitment building portion po. This is very simple, and since hindi po tayo magkakasama physically, we will maximize technology in our activity. For our commitment building, please visit menti.com, and ito po yung link. And then you can use your phone or you can use your PC or whatnot and enter this code. Tapos meron po din tanong, and please answer this as solemnly and as truthfully to yourself as you can. Tapos we'll post po and we'll show you the results po sa wall natin. The link will also be given, the instructions will also be given in the chat box para po mas makita na yung results. Okay? We'll give a few minutes for this. Siguro mga at least 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes while you are typing. Then we can see what is your answer po sa ating question. Okay. Please proceed po. Again, refer lang po tayo doon sa link natin. Just refer to the link that is provided in the chat box. It is for everyone to see po. So far po, ito po ang meron tayo na mga sagot po sa ating tanong. Ang tanong po kasi is, what is your vision for the country in terms of local governance? Our LGUs are communities of good governance with leaders who are passionate about sustainable and resilient economies. Isa po yan sa mga sagot natin. Philippines with LGUs having leaders who are concerned about inclusive and resilient communities. Very grassroots oriented. Local governance that encourages grassroots participation. Participative governance po. Transparent, efficient, and effective basic service delivery. Opo. More than that sana tayo later on, no? Pero talagang we need this governance that truly takes care of its people, inspiring and competent leaders down to the LGU level. Napaka-challenging at napaka-touching, pero this is all possible po naman. A prosperous and free Philippines founded on vigorous local government units. Prosperous, okay, maganda po yan. More results-oriented leaders, both in local and national government. Yung local po, for sure, covered natin yan. National, it's up to the elections po. So let us wait for the elections 2022. Pero, yeah. Improve performance of local government units. General po, pero yes, we have the SDLG to check that out po. Ano pa po? Meron ako nakikita from DILG 8. Inclusive growth and good governance from PDBES. Thank you, PDBES, for that. And ito po. A country led by ethical leaders and adheres to righteous governance. We hope. Corruption-free country. Transparent LGUs, inclusive growth. Philippines with ethical and excellent leaders, bottom up. Ito po maganda to, isang point. Local governance that is responsive to the needs of their local constituents. We will keep this up po. We will keep this running. Ito pong board na to even after our activity. Pero yung part 2 po nito is this, and we have to answer this. To get to our vision, what are you willing to commit to achieve that vision? Ang ano po dito ay ano po ang inyong taya para po magawa po natin ang ating ini-envision para sa bansa. You can also answer this po sa ating mentee. Use the same code po. Okay. Para lang po makita natin. Providing support and assistance to LGUs, number 1. Ano pa po? Can't access the Mentimeter, sabi ni ARDLI. Ma'am, same code lang po or you can just click po the link directly. It will go straight po. You can try po ulit. Yan. Advocate and support IT systems for e-governance. So that is very innovative. May technical expertise along with various areas of concern. Thank you, PDBES. Being part of capacity building interventions for LGUs. Service with utmost commitment and integrity. Serve as effective facilitator to institutionalize local economic development. Start with self-change. Wow, this is very introspective. Start with self-change and innovate to meet challenges. Si Ma'am Imelda Rosales. Pagiging palaging malasakit. Magkakaroon ng malasakit po. Honest and efficient service. Being, ito ang pinaka-DILG sagot sa lahat. Being matino, mahusay, at maaasahang kapagpakilos ang pamahalaang lokal. So, DILG po ang sumagot yan for sure. Sharing knowledge with a heart of service. That's very touching. May puso. Excellent and efficient local governance. Support and commitment to transparent governance. What else po? To vote for the right president. Okay. Commit prayers for DILG and support its programs in capacity building. Ito po ay pledge of service with commitment, integrity, and responsiveness. Malapit na po siyang maging values po ng LGA. Malapit-lapit na po yun. Ano pa po ba? Vote. Okay na po yan. You can add pa po. To advocate leadership with integrity, starting at the local level. Service and competence, utmost loyalty to the Filipino people. Yan po naman talaga. Yan po ay indismissible sa atin. Trust the government with the passion of commitment towards its service. Okay, speed of trust po. Meron pa po ba? Okay lang po yan. It doesn't have to be the most grandiose thing. It has to be something that you truly, freely in your heart, you can give po towards building a better Philippines, one LGU at a time. Advocate for data-driven governance. That's very tech-heavy pero very realistic po in today's world. Engage our communities in governance, especially the vulnerable sectors. RCSP po. Determination and hard work. Service and competence. Claim ownership of the vision and figure it out with stakeholders. Inclusive governance po. Take part by providing TA and services. Research-based policy ideas. Willing to commit time, expertise, and other resources available. So, ang dami na po nating mga kinocommit dito ngayon. And I guess, what we are all trying to say is lahat po tayo ay merong kayang i-contribute. Be it technical, be it capacity. Kasi po, naisip ko po lagi is kaya po ba natin itong ilagay sa capacity pillars? Ang sagot po, actually, pwede po ito i-capacity pillars. Pero in the real world po, other than maging part siya ng capacity pillars on what we can give our local governments, our country, this is really an expression po of our own self-awareness of what is needed by our country. The only reason that we are saying this is because na we need more of this, we need more of the good people that are here to really push our country to the next level po with the full devolution coming up, and we hope that you can commit po, na ma-deliver po to commitment natin. Starting pa lang po with our PPEs for local capacity development. Okay po. I think it's about time to move forward po with the last part of our activity. We will keep this up. You can check this later po and we will keep this going until the end of the day or until magsarado po yung Zoom natin or magsarado po yung ito pong Menti. Okay? At this point po, we've had a very, very long day. We've had a very, very long day and it's time to wrap it up. Sabi nga po nila, all good things must come to an end. And I believe that today is a good thing that has happened to us. Today po, nagharap-harap po ang mga LGRCs natin, ang ating pong LRIs, and to really come together and define what needs to be done. At the start, at least at the very start, what needs to be done to maximize capacity development po sa ating LGUs. And to give them a heads up and a head start when it comes to the full devolution context that will happen. So whether we like it or not, full devolution will happen, and we can only do so much. Tayo po ay enablers, but we are not the doers for our LGUs. So we hope that we can enable them the best that we can. And with that said, allow me to have the honors to introduce to you our assistant director from LGA, the one and the only, our very technically gifted, wow, ma'am, and very passionate assistant director, Daphne Pernell. Boss Daph, you have the floor.
Yeah, feeling ko meron kang hihilingin sa akin after nito, kaya ganyan ang inyong introduction. Anyways, good afternoon mga ARDs natin from all over the country. And also, of course, good afternoon sa ating colleagues from the regional offices and field offices. And of course, our representatives from the different local resource institutions and my colleagues dito sa LGA. First and foremost, thank you for staying on up until this time. And yung pagsasagot natin dyan sa Menti, very precious po na gift ninyo para sa local governance, para rin sa LGA yung mga ilalagay ninyo. Through this LGA Local Governance Partners Congress, we hope that we have opened the gateway for a more meaningful collaboration and alliance between and among us as we move closer to year 2022 and even beyond. Strengthening collaboration and LRI involvement is only one of the strategies that LGA is pursuing. It's one of our strategies for LGA to pursue its mandate of providing capacity development for local governments and its officials and staff, particularly in harmonizing the different initiatives of all providers of learning services to local governments, be it local, be it public, private, and even international. There is actually nothing new in what we are doing, but we hope you will look at the activities, be it collaboration, programs, involvement of the different stakeholders with a different lens. Yung partnership with the LRIs, that has been there in the past, di ba? Meron na tayong mga ginagawa. I would just like to highlight four important things that the points that we discussed today. And I would like to capsulize it in 4 C's. Apat na C, okay? The first is capacity development agenda of the local government units. Beyond being a roadmap, the CapDev agenda as a centerpiece is the centerpiece of initiatives and interventions. It speaks of interventions being strategic, owned, and LGU driven, and therefore not a thing that is one size fits all. So yun yung isa, CapDev agenda as the centerpiece for initiatives of interventions and centerpiece of initiatives and interventions. The second C is all about CapDev framework, and the CapDev framework together with the principles and the capacity pillars, the 6 capacity pillars, as anchor of LGU CapDev initiatives, not only for the full devolution 2022, but even beyond. Okay? So yun yun. And I hope you remember kung ano yung 6 capacity pillars, pero nasa presentation material naman yan na shinare namin sa inyo. So please keep looking forward to that. And when we talk kasi of capacity development, it's not just about the individual, but it's actually the institution. And that's what the capacity pillars is all about. Next C, the third C, is about coaching and coaches certification. And this is actually, it also partially talks about the role of our partners expanding to being a coach. Okay, expanding to being a coach, and hindi lang namin masyadong na-stress out, pati yung pagiging course monitors nyo in the future, but we'll reserve that for another discussion. Okay, the coach, talking about coaching and coaches certification, being part of the role of our partners, and certifying them as a means of quality assurance. As we devolve also, and we tap partners to make sure that the reach of our capacity development initiatives is really reaching, expanded to down to the lowest and most needy LGU. And the last 4 is actually all about why we are all here. Diba? This is a partners, local governance partners congress. And the last C is all about collaboration. Beyond transactions between LGU and service providers, which is what capacity development may be, o yung pag-attend ng training in the past, and yung mga transactional relationship with usual players, we are now expanding the collaboration even with the other members of the local government units, the administrators, the HRMOs. And hindi tayo naglilimit ngayon sa 1 o 2 mga local resource institutions and just 1 or 2 academic institutions, but getting them more involved. And not only that, we're also involving and making sure through the DTPs ng mga NGAs, we're making sure that the national government agencies are also involved. So mas may emphasize na ngayon ang whole of nation and the whole of society approach. Before I end this very short message, actually 10 pages yung prepare ko sa inyo eh. Meron akong 10 may 10 PowerPoint sana. Kaya lang kulang na tayo ng oras. So ito na lang isang ipapakita ko sa inyo. Allow me to share with you this one piece of PowerPoint presentation. Okay. Sige. I am. Just want you to tell me, what do you see? Ano yung nakikita nyo sa screen at the moment? Can anyone volunteer to, siguro mga dalawa lang, or you can type in sa chat box. Ano ang nakikita nyo sa screen at the moment?
Forest with a deer.
Yes, Miss Rudith, you were saying something?
A forest with a deer.
A forest
at the
with
center.
A deer. Okay, a forest with a deer in the center. Anybody else? Ayan,
a deer that uses.
A deer? Ano sabi mo, Miss? Okay, so meron dito sabi ecology, a deer on the road, white screen with the deer. Okay, deer crossing the street in the forest. Okay, yeah. Deer on the road, sabi ni Miss Bess. Okay, yeah, tama naman. It's a deer that we are seeing. But you see, things are not always what they seem. You said that we are seeing a deer crossing, diba? Nakikita natin na merong forest. But things are not always what they seem. The other way of looking at it is that the deer is not crossing the road, but rather the road is crossing the forest. Remember, ang forest ay habitat ng mga deers. Anyways, pinakita ko yan. Pinakita ko yan because at the moment we are witnessing the new normal unfolding before our eyes. And as we witness this new normal, I hope that we keep an open eye, an open mind, and an open heart as we look the things happening around us. Be it CapDev, partnership, local governance, I hope that we are now starting to look at these things with a different lens. Just like this picture, it's not actually just the deer crossing the road or the deer in the middle of the forest, but let us see that this is a picture of the road crossing the forest. It's looking at it from a different perspective. Okay, and from a different point of view. And so as we zoom towards onwards to year 2022 and beyond, let us continue changing mindsets and influencing behavior. On behalf of our Executive Director, Ms. Thelma Vicina, and my colleagues in the Local Government Academy, daghang salamat, Diyos mabalos, madamo nga salamat, dakal salamat, gracias, and of course, agyaman kami amin, kada kayo amin. Thank you very much for staying on, and thank you for calling on for joining the challenge of being a partner towards good local governance. Remember, things are not always what they seem. The deer isn't crossing the road is crossing the forest. Let's keep that in mind as we change mindsets and influence behavior. Thank you very much, and back to you now, Kelvin.
Thank you, Boss Daf. That's a very interesting and inspiring closing message po. We have some additional things to do po. We hope to get you can get the copy of the presentations po doon po sa shared na link at the chat box. Ito po rin yung feedback form natin. And we hope you can provide feedback po dito po sa ating activity. All your feedbacks are very valid and it will be useful po in improving our future activities. Doon po sa ating mga presentations, this will also be given. That's it for, also baka po meron pa po tayong mga additional na questions, you can just contact us po with regards to our PPAs po for this year po. And with that po, meron pa po bang reminders ang team or anyone po from LGA before we close formally? Going once? Going twice? Yung feedback form po daw talaga, mahalaga po daw. Sige po. Going once, going twice, and as we end, we will show po yung ating pong Mentimeter para lang po mas manamnam po natin kung ano pong gusto natin para sa ating mahal na Pilipinas. Muli ako po si Kelvin Mendoza on behalf of our team. Maraming salamat po.